Now, before I get too ahead of myself, let me put this quick little fact in. Let me start by saying, much like Brangelina or Benifer, Chris Jericho and the Big Show, they should, join names and become the entity known as Jerishow. That works for me. Now, let me hit you with the Dan the Cannon has a problem, and this week, this is the first time in a long time that the tag team titles actually had some suspense revolving around it. I mean, who could Chris Jericho's mystery partner be? Is it the Brian Kidrick? Is it Chris Masters? Is it Christian? This guy, that guy. I mean, last week I said whoever became Chris Jericho's mystery partner would be, by association, Instagold. I mean, nothing is capable of holding Chris Jericho down, right? Well, not unless that thing is a 7-foot-tall, 500-pound turd burglar. I mean, seriously, the world's biggest anchor. Why? I mean, I'm going to start calling Chris Jericho the janitor, because whenever the WWE makes a mess, for some reason it becomes Chris Jericho's responsibility to clean it up. From ZZ Top, Shaquille O'Neal, the tag team titles, working double duty for a depleted roster, putting over half of the SmackDown roster in a matter of months, and now Crime Time? The list goes on and on. Seriously, you're going to waste what is quite possibly your most all-around gifted athlete on the roster and give him the unenviable task of putting over 3 of the WWE's biggest misfits? Chris Jericho is A1 sauce. He's the A1 sauce of the WWE. He makes everything better. Big Show is the Eric Young of the WWE. No matter what angle you put him in, he only makes it worse, pointless, and more complicated. This is going to neuter Chris Jericho and not only make him the comedy relief, a gimmick that he abandoned years ago because he's better than that, but he is also going to be the guy who runs his mouth because he knows he can hide behind a giant. Now, let me tell you this. There are 2 things that Chris Jericho should not be doing. Number 1, making me laugh. And number 2, hiding behind anybody. He is more than capable of fighting his own battles, and you are going to destroy all the animosity that he has worked so hard on manufacturing since his return. I know that Chris Jericho is your little magical tourniquet, your safety valve, but this is getting out of control. You are getting ready to demolish the number 1 heel in the wrestling industry right now, all for the benefit of the Big Show in Crime Time. I mean, it is one of the worst chess plays in wrestling history, and I hope you figure it out before it's too fucking late. I mean, Chris Jericho wasn't lying when he said he was the savior of the WWE, but by the time they are done with his gimmick, I mean, he is going to be the one who needs to be resurrected, resuscitated, and saved himself. I mean, I have nothing else to say about it, and to be honest with you, damn, I feel worse. This is terrible. That's all I got.
Damn. How many times do you end up feeling worse after? Does anybody else think it looks like Big Show got hit in the thighs with a bag of nickels? And that's not on the chat. That's just me, folks. As I just typed this in the chat, and I said it looks like he could swim in the divots in the man's thighs. Somebody may mention that new, is it a unitard he's wearing, whatever? It's disgusting. That's gross.
He looks like
There's
Big
just
Dan
no way.
Vader. Yeah, I mean, meets the Blue Meanie. It's fucking scary.
Well, with that said, it is time for...
You know what? I actually feel a little bit better. I'm not going to lie to you. I feel better.